Let me tell you something about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh yeah.
2010 mark would have been so excited about this fucking game. And while I am looking forward to Mass Effect Andromeda, I can't help but notice the hype levels are seriously lower. Non-existent. Seriously lower. Now, I understand that Mass Effect is launching against the backdrop of the Nintendo Switch, the Scorpio, and this unstable, is this the next gen? Is it not gaming climate?
It's still hyped to me. I'll tell you that.
I'm excited for the game, but where is the hype? Now, I'm talking about like Mass Effect 2 was coming out and X-Play on G4 was doing like a half-hour featurette on it. And this game, I'm lucky if I catch a couple of glimpses of gameplay on like Twitter. So did the marketing just miss the point, or is there something a little bit more at play here? Is BioWare maybe not super excited about it themselves?
I don't think that they're not super excited about it themselves. I think that they're trying to. It's probably doing a bad job of it, but trying to distance themselves away from Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect 2, the other Mass Effect games.
Those games came out 5 years ago.
Well, even still, though, when they announced that there was no Shepard, people lost their goddamn minds. It's like,
but you were Shepard. You get that, right? He was an avatar.
Well, why would you distance yourself from your core fan base though?
But they're not distancing themselves from the fan base because the game is still a Mass Effect-y kind of game.
It's in the universe,
right? But
but that's such a broad thing to say, though.
But okay, so my biggest. Do you guys see the new trailer?
Yes.
So snippet.
It's not a snippet. The one that I just watched a few minutes ago. If you look at that trailer, like it
doesn't look like a Mass Effect to me.
It does, but without the other people, without your squad.
There were certain elements that looked like Battlefront to me.
Are you talking about gameplay in general?
Gameplay. Yeah. The way that where the camera was positioned, the gunplay.
Now it is all under the EA umbrella.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they using the same engine?
I think it is Frostbite.
Okay.
Frostbite 2.
Okay.
So that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, it's probably going to look like that game, but and it's possible that they're showing that gameplay without the squad there, and because you can do that in Dragon Age and in Mass Effect, you can leave and go out with no squad. You don't have to have them, and it's possible they're just doing that. But if that's the way the game actually plays, and your squad is more of like a passive kind of thing, then that's interesting because that's like a cornerstone of that series.
Yeah.
Right.
So well, I mean, that's what helps the story.
Which though I would be 100% happy about. I would like it either way, without a squad, but without those people there, I'm so down for that. And the reason being is the same reason why Horizon is so exciting. I haven't had a third-person futuristic sci-fi game where there's a good story, good gunplay, all that stuff, and this could be that. So I'm still stoked for it. And I don't know. I imagine that I'm probably in the minority there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are like, "You saying Shepard?"
Look, Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I thought that was the pinnacle of gaming in the last generation, Xbox 360, PS3. I would spend hours just dicking around on the Normandy.
Yep.
Like, who can I fuck if I talk to them enough?
Dude, straight up, I've been playing, the last couple of days I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and I literally just banged like the first like companion, like group member.
Oh,
just
Jesus.
bang, super bang.
What year is it?
You say that game is cringy as fuck, by the way. Like literally I had to like go get a book of poems and candles and flowers for this chick and then like put it out in like this forest, and then like my little character dude comes with the book, he's like reciting a poem. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Some peach Ciroc will do that real quick.
But like that's cool, that's great, but what if I didn't have to do that?
Sure.
Like what if it was like that was something that was passive and I didn't have a quest that was around that?
Right.
Like what if I could just go through the game and play by myself? Because in Dragon Age you can't play by yourself.
Now in Mass Effect you could. You didn't have to romance anybody, Talia. But you didn't have to romance anybody. It was just some extra shit. And I guess that was one of the major criticisms of 3 was that all the decisions you made in 1 and 2, their consequences were not great in 3 because it still boiled down to 3 choices, and it didn't really matter if you were with Liara or if you were with Miranda or regardless of who you were with, it didn't matter in the end, because you were either going to make everyone biotic, or you were going to do away with all of the machine everything.
Yeah.
Or you were, going to destroy whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So
no matter what you did, though, those relays are gone.
But by that theory, I guess maybe I'm building a bridge to your conclusion. Do you think that the ill reception from 3 is maybe why BioWare is taking sort of a backseat to the marketing of this game?
I think so. Also, honestly, we don't know at the end of the day. Don't know, but just pure speculation. I think that they want the game to kind of be new again. And the way that you do, like, if they're pushing like Mass Effect, then it's like, okay, this is Mass Effect 4. The same way, like, when Smash Bros. Comes out, no one calls it Smash Bros. Wii U, they call it Smash Bros. 4. So it's like, if they can do this by distancing themselves away from words are hard, from the trilogy, this may be their strategy to do that. I don't know if it's the best strategy.
I don't think it. I think it was a bad strategy to do that, if that was their strategy,
right.
Because good or bad, if you had if you were in people's minds, you're in people's minds, and you were relevant, even if it was bad, and then that would have been your opportunity to like redeem yourself.
Right.
After when you have a controversy and then you go away, and then it's like you're not even relevant for a long time, and then you try to come back in. That's kind of weird, because then people will be like,
"Oh yeah, I remember. You guys did that shit.
Yeah, that shitty ending, So like
I can imagine Hello Games' next game. You're like, oh yeah, you guys made No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to pull a Bethesda.
Did we really make a game?
Well, they're already kind of like going back on like how open world they are, and they're like, well, it's kind of like
listen, it's all subjective. It's an experience.
That was one thing that I read about the Mass Effect Andromeda, about how big how linear it is and stuff like that.
Right.
And
2 is very linear.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I guess is supposed to be more linear than what they had let on originally, as far as like how the like they were talking about their galaxy and all that stuff.
Now,
so
3 kind of opened it up a little bit and reintegrated a lot of the RPG elements that 1 had, but it was still a linear experience.
I'm willing to bet it was going to be like Inquisition.
But they're saying these things at the same time as No Man's Sky is about to release,
right?
And Star Citizen's being made. That when you would talk about having a big world,
that's what people expect.
That's what people expect.
They're holding you accountable to what you're saying.
So yeah,
like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was gonna say like that plus them trying to pull Bethesda and be like, oh, by the way, it's coming out in March, which was like in January that they said that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I think if they would have been at a really big event and said that would have been one thing, but they just kind of said that out of nowhere,
like on a Twitter video.
Yeah, like I feel like they're purposefully going and being obscure. Like they're putting out these press releases and stuff like in weird times.
Your theory is that they don't have a lot of confidence.
I don't think that EA has a lot of confidence with this now,
and that's why they're not driving this as like a pillar.
I don't think it's that. I think it's they don't want to get Sean Murray'd. They don't want to fucking say
the less you say, the less you can
exactly
have
because like the whole scaling it back. Like when Mass Effect 2 came out, they're like this universe. Like Mass Effect 3 came out, this universe. But now saying that means No Man's Sky. It means Star Citizen. Like, kind of like what you were saying. So I think by them like, man, this is the same way we market these other games, but if we do that the exact same way now in this climate, it's not going to have the same result. So I think they're like, it's linear, but you could argue, there'd be good arguments for the fact that Dragon Age Inquisition was linear. Like, yes, there were multiple areas for you to go to, but once you got there, there was very much a line around that area that you could not pass.
Right? Yeah.
So I honestly feel like that's how the game is going to play. There's going to be multiple different planets and like things,
which is okay,
which is
perfectly fine.
An informed person with tempered expectations,
right?
So, but they realize that there's a large, significant portion that is going to be very vocal that is not.
Let me tell you something about that vocal. I remember Mass Effect 3 came out, and I was at a PAX East, and Bioware came out, and they were advertising their panel, legitimately advertising their panel as like your chance to air your grievances about Mass Effect 3's ending.
Oh, great!
And people were going in there with cosplay and signs, and it was like I watched somebody film a quick video. We're gonna hold BioWare accountable for what they did to the Mass Effect universe. First of all, their fucking universe, do whatever they want with it. Second of all,
how are you going to do that?
Yeah.
How are you going to hold them accountable?
Yeah.
What are you going to take?
So here's the funny part. They thought they were going to go
You're
up there.
going to jail.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Cutting off your toes.
Yeah.
They go up there and they're like, all right, like the poor community manager, I forget his name for the life of me right now, Casey something. He's like, all right, we're gonna open it up to questions. And it's several devs, a storyboard guy, and him up there, and they're like,
here we go, boys.
It was like the Joe noise. Like, all right, let us know what you think. And they all got in line, and one was like before the Trump thing, it was like, make Mass Effect great again. Like the whole fucking thing, it was like the whole campaign was, I think it was save Mass Effect. Like take Mass Effect back or something like that.
Like one of those puppy commercial songs.
It was Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
It was something stupid that was just like, we're taking it back from BioWare. Well, it was theirs to begin with, so fuck you.
So you're stealing their IP now. It's like,
So they get up,
what do you say?
And they're standing in front of the dev team, some of the storyboard guys, and the community manager, and they're just like, hi guys.
Yep.
First of all, I would like to thank you guys for me hundreds of hours of entertainment. I love Mass Effect. I think did you guys ever maybe stop to think just for a second that, you know, only 3 choices for the ending, you know, maybe more choices, maybe. Okay, thank you. And then they left, and that was all. And like, these are the guys, like, no bullshit. I wish I had a picture of it, but like, that was like the guy who was in line for the panel holding the sign, like, take Mass Effect back. And then he gets up there and
when you have to actually.
It's called real life keyboard warriors.
It's different. It's different when you realize you don't have a set of balls.
Yeah.
To actually stand up to these people, and they're just like, look, we know you're not super excited. We know that, like, we kind of set a tone early on that there were going to be a lot of choices. In the end, we wanted the story to end a certain way, and we had to find a way that all these choices folded into one or another. I'm sorry that it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but we wrote it. By the way, announcing now, the proper ending to Mass Effect 3 will be available in DLC, and we're not going to charge you for it. So shut up and take this free thing where we expand upon every ending.
Then they drop the mic over and then walk away.
And it was just like they announced that and a couple other things, like a Citadel DLC.
Yeah.
And they're just like, look, like, we're going to give you all this stuff. We know that you are not satisfied with the end of the game. We're sorry, but you also need to, like, fucking take a minute and realize that, like, this wasn't your universe.
Yeah. I mean, I think when people create their character and then are in an open world and they're making decisions, they get that false sense of like, oh, I'm writing this.
But it's not necessarily false though, because but
they're not writing the game.
They're not.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they're still on rails. They just get to choose which rail.
Yeah.
But you got to give them some credit, because when you're developing a game like that and you're giving the player or the consumer, whatever you want to call them, that freedom of choice, you're inviting them to be kind of attached, even to the point where they were like, my shepherd. That was a thing.
My shepherd.
Like, that was a thing that they pushed.
# not my shepherd.
Yeah, it's just like, so it's, I'll give them credit. That being said, I agree with you.
But when you get up and you're wearing your fucking N7 jacket and you completely fold in front of them, when you were like organizing the masses outside of the panel,
I love
about
that.
how you were taking Mass Effect back, and you were just like, how many dicks do you have so I can suck all of them? I love you.
I'm sorry.
I want a job. I want a job so bad. Please.
I've
been writing fan fiction.
To be fair, they probably realized,
can you please sign my copy of Mass Effect 2?
Please.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that they didn't like be assholes, because they probably realized like, oh, these are human beings.
Like they were expecting that feedback, but then everyone that came up was just like,
here's my message to all keyboard warriors out there. Please comment in our videos. But if you're going to be a keyboard warrior, you better back it up.
Right.
And that I'm telling you that for in the event that I would love to meet as many people that watch our stuff, great. But if you come on our videos and you fucking rage and trash us, I'm gonna laugh at it. It's gonna be hilarious.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna invite you on.
Oh, please. I want to meet
We
you.
love to
I
debate.
fucking love it. It's great.
We debate with each other.
Mark and I fucking, how late did we stay up that
We
one?
were up till like 2 a.m. the
Jesus,
other night.
I had a
Fucking bitching
flight to
about
catch at
PewDiePie.
5. I was like,
I picture a keyboard warrior with like the keyboard is a shield on their
Did you-
arm, and then
you
they
haven't
have
seen
a
my
mouse.
picture?
They have a mouse as a flail.
I was thinking
Oh, you gotta
NES
see my
Power
picture.
Glove.
it's literally that, but like it's a Morning Star, like with the regular handle, but a mouse is draped off the side, and then it's a shield is a keyboard, and then like I gave him like a little hat that looks like, I gotta show you the picture. It's amazing.
Look forward to it
Really
in the thumbnail.
good. It's so good. Oh god. So good.
But please, keyboard warriors, sound off in the comments. Let us know what you think. Is BioWare taking kind of a backseat from Mass Effect because they're not confident? Or are they just worried about you fucking assholes? Let us know.
Damn.
I know.
Real
Hashtag
talk.
sorry.
Real talk.
Real time.
Let us know what you think. Honestly, I'm a big Mass Effect fan.
Me too.
I'm one of those
Fucking
guys
awesome.
that wasn't super satisfied with the ending to 3, but at the same time, I respect their right to tell the story that they want to tell. And if you don't, that's cool too. I want to hear your opinion. And maybe when Mass Effect comes out, we'll do another video. And if your opinion is good enough, we'll fucking
If
we'll
your
put you on.
opinion is correct.
If you fucking agree with me. In the meantime, honestly, let us know what you think in the comments. And if you put up a compelling argument to the contrary, we'd love to maybe hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime,
Peace.
hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you later.
Deuces. Sayonara.
Keep saying
Bye.
bye, like in different ways.
Wait, konnichiwa, thank you.
Konnichiwa.
I mean, it's not inappropriate. Thank you for watching our video.